The Instrumentality of Architecture, 2020, Unit 24, Living a Distorted Reality. In my project, the most crucial aspect of the architecture is to generate a message of social and political change. This message is generated during the implementation of virtual images that convey a subliminal message to achieve this social and political change. I'm convinced that architecture can influence and achieve a significant shift to our current times, where everything is visual and fictitious. In my project, I use virtual images as an instrument of protest and at the same time as an architectural expression. In fact, these virtual images will give rise to a virtual atmosphere parallel to our reality, creating a volume, shape, and a location within a space set by the user. During the first semester of Unit 24, we focus on the current North American events, such as police brutality, global warming, and immigration laws. As a result of these events already mentioned, I decided to create my device or apparatus based on these characteristics. Making the performance of my apparatus. My apparatus is based on three components: 3 bark, mesh mask, melt and plastic, but also is incorporating sound, and the sound is being extracted by using these components too, which are a magnetic field, a broken mirror, a laser pen, and a speaker. The 3 bark symbolize deforestation and destruction of the planet. The mesh mask symbolize racial segregation and breakdown of the family nucleus. Melt and plastic symbolize mental and spiritual suffocation by political regimes. The sound experiment. I'm using this sound experiment as a tool to decode the feeling of suffocation and to transport it into the closest way to an architectural form. This decoding lack of any physical and structural form. He still carries a virtual image to describe his volume, purpose, and reaction to achieve a new way to protest. My project takes a virtual images as a mental stimulus and creates a collective memory of today's injustice. These virtual images will generate a parallel environment to our current reality. This virtual environment will compose of a dynamic and unreal architecture, virtual shapes simulation, which will contrast to the steady or static architecture which we are used to experience. Distorting the city inside out. With the sound of suffocation of my apparatus, I intend to generate a distortion of the city's environment to create a strategic size of protest against social injustice. My project aims to use a public spaces where the people can meet and express their disagreement with the laws and current injustice against antagonist societies. My idea is to create a virtual spaces where the user synchronizes the cell phones with the antenna or the Wi-Fi system of these public places to experience a connection in third dimension that goes parallel with his and her physical reality. During the activation of this virtual field, the user will enter a complete different world filled with images of strong social, political, and cultural content. By entering this virtual field, the users will understand the real problems of the surrounding environment in which the information and the events are not manipulated by the authorities and the media. At the same time, this platform will allow the users to express their opinion and the feelings about the social and political events occurring without the intervention of the government.